There she is. Right, let's go on the new Cub. I wish it had a side stand.
I've got one.
These straps are too tight. No, it ain't got a side stand, has it? It's quite tall, actually. Wow, dinky little thing. And we're off on the new Cub. Nearly taken out by a Harley rider on the first bit. It's quite tall, hard to get on. Smooth as anything. And the mirror's about right. Wow, it's like a Rolls Royce. The Cub Rolls Royce. Smooth, quiet. I'd forgotten how nice these are. That is bloody lovely. I don't think I need to worry too much about running in. But obviously I'm not going to nail it. Yeah, that is really nice, that is. The riding position is perfect. You're not stretched at all. If anything, it's more compact than the C90. I feel the handling is beautiful. Right, now where's the indicators? Dave's going to tell me off for that. I know he is. He's right behind me on his, Pete gave me a lift and Dave met us at the dealer on his little Wave 110, and now we're just going to go to the little cafe up the road here. It's nice and torquey, so smooth and whisper quiet. The suspension is superb. The rear suspension is a lot better than the Mark 1 Cub that I had, the red one. Rear suspension on that was really squidgy and soft. This one is really well balanced. And the front end feels more compliant. You know, usually these little scooter forks are harsh. And it feels just like the C90, but just a super refined version. I'm in danger of riding this all the time and not riding the C90 now, because this is too good. It feels torquier than the old one. I don't know if this has got the new, slightly longer stroke engine. I know it's got an oil filter that the old one didn't have. really nice. Just park here. What a thing of beauty. I can see in the sun that that blue has got metallic in it. I didn't think it was, but it is definitely metallic. So I wish it had a side stand. Keyless is all good. It's absolutely whisper smooth and quiet. It really is. It runs like a sewing machine. The single seat is comfortable. I'm a little bit on the back of it if I slide back. So if you're sort of a 6-footer, you might find the single seat a bit cramped. I've got to get used to the gear change again. So it's all forward, down with the toe, and it's got a round the world gearbox, so you can stop in 4th gear and go forward again and it goes into neutral. Go home via Boxley, so that'll be a good test of its hill climbing ability. Boxley Hill is the steepest hill around here. Yeah, the handling is beautiful. It really is. And I'm impressed with the suspension as well. Definitely a bit more compliant on the front, and the rear is much more controlled. Firm yet compliant as well. Really impressive. Avoid the puddles if I can, and try and keep it clean. Yeah, it's got a good turn of acceleration. You'll certainly see off the Cub 110. What a nice day to pick up the new bike. Sun shining, blue sky. I am sort of missing not having a screen, think about what accessories I'm going to put on this, if any. Do I need to put loads of stuff on it? I know what I will put on there though is my quad lock phone mount. That'll go straight on, and most likely some heated grips, because I do like my heated grips. How nice this weather is. Oh. Yeah, so coming up to the steep bit of Boxley Hill. How's it going to handle this, I wonder? I don't want to rev the guts out of it. And I'm on new tyres as well, so I'm not going to go banzai around the bends. So second gear, third. I wonder if it'll make it up in third. It's pulling nicely. I didn't give it a really good run though. It might have to go down to second. Yeah, second gear. I think getting a good run through the corner at the bottom, that would make it up here in third gear. Really is a joy to ride. You know, the footrest position and the handlebars. The handlebars are quite close to the rider, so your arms hang down really comfortably. You're not stretched at all. I could definitely ride this for hours and hours. Yeah, the front brake isn't great. Neither is the back brake, to be honest. So we're in fourth gear. One press and you're in neutral. I like that. And one press down and you're back in first again. What a great feature. It runs like a little sewing machine, it really does. But it's quite easy to give it a little blip on the throttle. You just apply a bit of pressure to the gear lever, which disengages the clutch. Give it a little rev and snick into the next gear. It's quite easy to do when you get the hang of it. So if you want to know anything about the new Cub, stick it in the comments and I'll try and answer them. I'm not a great reviewer, to be honest. It's not really what this channel's about. But I'll try and give you my thoughts as best possible. But the main thing is, I like it. It's really nice. You know, if you're thinking about getting one, and I'm talking to you, my brother Robert, just bite the bullet and buy one. Just buy it. You won't regret it. So we're doing 20 miles an hour in top gear. And it pulls out no problem. It is very, very slightly snatchy at this speed in top. So I'm not going to go the back. I usually would have turned right there, but I'm going to stick to the more main roads because that way can be a bit wet and muddy. And I want to try and keep this pristine for as long as possible. I know that sounds a bit pathetic, and it will get christened, no doubt. No doubt it will get muddy and filthy, but I want to try and preserve that newness as much as possible. So I'm impressed at how crisp the gear change is. Is good, and you've got no clutch to worry about, or no manual clutch, so it's impossible to stall. And you can ride around one-handed if you want to. So the brakes have bedded in a little bit already. Yeah, it's a nice talky little engine, that is. Sure what the horsepower of this is. It's only 9, something like that, I'm going to say, maybe 10. Yeah, it should be good for an easy 60 mile an hour, I would have thought. It's a little bit taller than the C90. And with me bundled up in my winter riding gear, I'm like a bloody robot. I can't bend my legs very well to get on it. I have to lean it right over like a push bike. Hands are getting cold. Got no hand guards, no heated grips. I've got the thickest winter gloves on at the moment. So one of my favourite bits of road is going to be ruined by this red Volkswagen Golf. till I do a peat and just blast past it. Might do. Should go for the overtake. Oh. Here we go. Nothing coming. Yeah. Love it. Very simple controls on this. It hasn't even got a kill switch. It's just got the starter button on the right. The left is the indicators at the bottom where they should be. Horn in the middle, dip switch on top. And they're beautifully finished, these switches. They're really nicely finished silver. Got 17-inch tubeless wheels. Drum brake on the back. Disc on the front. And it does have ABS, but that would only be on the front, I would have thought. I don't think you can get ABS on a drum brake. Correct me if I'm wrong. So I had to stop to blow my nose. Snot running down my face. Right, let's go. The fuel gauge has gone down a little bit. They obviously didn't fill it up. Probably just put a couple of litres in it. So what I'll do, I'll do a walk round when I get home. That's the best thing, isn't it? It's a very stable little machine. Certainly more so than the C90. But the C90 will have quicker steering. Not much in it, but it has got a different feel to it. Like the C90, you don't even have to think about going around corners. It just does it. With this, you do have to give it a little bit of opposite lock. But it's one of those things, you know, you very quickly get used to it. Like any new bike, it's all a learning curve. But to say I'm impressed is an understatement. is a lovely thing to ride. Particularly impressed with that mid-range torque. So we're doing 40 mile an hour. I think 40-45 is a good running in speed for the first 100 miles or so. I'm not going to mollycoddle it. You know, the salesman never said anything about running it in. I don't think it's very important, really. Just don't go mad. Yeah, so we're going into quite a stiff headwind. And I've just opened it up a little bit. I'm doing 50 mile an hour. And it does that easily, even into this headwind. There's a bit more to go, I can feel it. I don't want to go too slow along here because you get maniac car drivers who'll overtake and try and run me off the road. Yeah, it maintains 50, no problem at all, into a stiff headwind, and it's slightly uphill here. No vibration at all, smooth as you like. What a little peach. So we stop in fourth gear, stick it forward straight into neutral. Oh, don't go too mad on the new tyres. Yeah, it keeps up with traffic, no problem. No problem at all. Yeah, it's substantially faster than the Cub 90, even with the 110. You can feel it's a good 20% more power than that. I'll bring you back when I get home, because this is all traffic from here. So I got home safely. I just thought I'd show you a few of the details. Little two-pot Nissan front caliper. In the sun you can see the paint is metallic. I didn't think it was, but it is. You can see the mudguards do a good job. It's pretty clean, really. It's your heel and toe shifter. The seat on the back isn't quickly detachable. Looks like you have to remove the rack, and it's bolted from underneath. So the seat, you undo this, you press this little button. So that's where you put your fuel. this side panel undoes. You have to press this little button here. So you've got a toolkit in there. This little bit of paper is the instructions on how to start it if your remote battery goes flat. It's quite a rigmarole, but it is doable. That looks a little bit different than the old model. This casing's different to the old model as well. There's no sight glass anymore, but it does have a proper oil filter. So you can see it stayed fairly clean, even though I went through some horrible muddy puddles. It's keyless ignition, so you just press, turn, and away it goes. It really is whisper quiet. Runs like a sewing machine. It really is a thing of beauty. Supercub. So I now own 2 Supercubs. If you've got any questions, get them in the comments and I'll try and answer them. But if you're thinking of getting one, just get it. You won't regret it. They really are beautiful and they ride as good as they look. Absolutely lovely. It's all LED indicators, LED headlight, rear light. The gauges are very basic. Just a simple fuel gauge, trip meter, and the total. Nothing fancy at all. Keeps with the ethos of the original machine, really. I'd rather it had keyed ignition, but I've had a few bikes with a keyless and they've been very reliable. I've never had a problem. Yeah, that's lovely, it really is. Thanks for watching and see you on the next one. Cheerio.